This tutorial will help you create a works cited page with annotations as well as complete the practice required. First, you'll need to go to Mrs. Copper's JT Learn site. If you go to the English 2 course information and go to course assignments, you'll be able to find 2 new assignments that were added. The first one is the Annotated Bibliography Practice. This is the handout that we will be working with during the course of this tutorial. The English 2 Unit A3 Annotated Bibliography Assignment and Rubric will be discussed at a later date. Please click on the Annotated Bibliography Practice and you'll see it'll come up in your JT Learn. In order for you to actually edit with your own information, you will need to go Open in Word. This will allow you to edit, save, and forward the information if needed. When it opens up, you will have a read-only file, which means that the document is read-only and you will be unable to edit your own information. So what you'll need to do is go to Edit Document, click on that, and a new pop-up window will appear. Just click on Yes that you'd rather work with the new version, and it'll take you to. Once you have your own edited version, you could go ahead and save it to your desktop or ID number. Just hit File, go to Save As, and find a place where you would like to store the information. If you go to your browse, you'll be able to find where you would like to locate it. The best way to do this is create a new folder, type in Research, and you can put it inside of that folder. This way, all your documents are together and you don't have to search for them. Just click Open and Save, and now your Annotated Bibliography Practice has been saved in your own desktop. If you notice, once your Annotated Bibliography Practice has been saved, you can begin working on it. If you notice, your source information has a source name, the source MLA format author, the title of the site, document, book, or newspaper, page numbers, the date, month, year, and the website URL. With MLA 7, the website URL is no longer needed. However, you should put the information here in order to use it at a future date. And then you'll have the annotation section. The annotations are usually 3 to 4 sentences that explain a summary of the material researched. This way, if you forget what you've researched to use on your upcoming research paper, you can look back at the summary and determine if that source can be used. Or before you can use the Annotated Bibliography Practice handout, you need to find your sources to include on here. So we're going to go ahead to Time Magazine, the US feed, and we're just going to go ahead and choose a topic and story that we can discuss. When you're looking at your bibliography information, you have to make sure that everything is accurate when you type it on Noodle Tools or on your practice. For instance, brain dead teen discharged from Oakland Hospital would be your article title. The name of the magazine is Time. Your author is Dan Kedmi, and the date would be January 6, 2014. So when putting all this information into your Noodle Tools or your Annotated Bibliography Practice handout, please make sure you have all the information accurate. So we're going to go back to our Annotated Bibliography Practice and type in the information that we have. So your source name would be a website. Even though Time Magazine is also a periodical and printed material, we are using the website information. The author's name is taken directly from the article. So in case you forget, you need to look it up. Dan Kedmi is your author. So we're going to go ahead and put Dan Kedmi. Please make sure that the spelling is accurate and precise. Next, we're going to go to the title of the article. It's a good idea to remember how to put in titles of articles. Titles of articles and poems and songs come with quotation marks. To make sure that you get the title accurate, you can go ahead and highlight it, right-click, copy it, go back to your annotated practice, right-click it again, and then paste it. This way, the information you have is accurate. Don't forget to put your end quotation marks on the end of your citation. Next, we're going to go ahead and put the title of the site. The title of the site is either underlined or in italics. So we're going to go ahead and put Time Magazine in. There are no page numbers because it is an online source. If it was a periodical or printed material, you would put the page numbers that this article was located on. Because there is a date, month, and year, we need to make sure we include all that information. So once again, we're going to go back to the Time Magazine article and look it up. If you forget the dates, you could do the same thing by highlighting it, right-clicking it, copying it, and then placing it back into your worksheets. The web address is really easy. You do not need all the information associated with it. Just type in www.time.com. And this will take you back to your Time magazine, and you can search in their search box for the article title or other information that is needed. Your annotations should only be 3 to 4 sentences in length. It can determine how long the article is that you need to write a summary for. Be sure to only get the main ideas and not the details as part of your annotations. The shorter and although this article is not lengthy, you still have to have information that's 3 to 4 sentences that explains a summary of the material that you researched. As part of this article, it stated that a 13-year-old girl that was brain dead after routine tonsil surgery. Because the article is not much longer, you still have to have the main ideas to help you remember what the article was about. As part of the article, it stated that the 13-year-old girl that was brain dead after routine tonsil surgery, the family has decided to care for their daughter and dismiss this death certificate. Although the girl has no brain activity, the family refuses to take her off the ventilator. This summary will give a good idea of what the article is about, and you might be able to look for other articles associated with this topic. When you are done working on the worksheets, you could go ahead into your Noodle tools. First, you're going to create a new project. Click on Create a New Project, and then you'll be taken to the Noodle Tools Create a Project Citation Style. Leave everything as it is, and in your description, you're going to put in Practice Annotated Bibliography. When you create projects, click on that, and you'll be able to take it to your dashboard. We're not going to put the research question or your thesis in at this time, but when you do your actual research paper, you will have your research question and your thesis statement here. In order for me to see what you are putting into your Noodle tools, you need to collaborate with me, which means you need to share it. So you're going to go to Sharing and Collaboration, click on Share Project with Teachers Dropbox, and you're going to go ahead and type in English 2 Mrs. Coppers. And if you notice, a couple are going to pop up. Whatever hour you are in, please make sure that you choose the right one. So we're going to go ahead and do English 2, period 2. You're going to type in your name. You're going to go ahead and type in your name, and then you're going to hit Share Projects. Once you share a project, I will be able to see everything you put in. Next, you're going to go to your Works Cited. This is where you're going to put in not only the information for the citations, but you're also going to put in the annotations. You need to choose which citation type you are using. Because we did a website, we are going to go ahead and type in the website. If you used a periodical and you had a Time magazine on you, you would actually go to magazine. So go to website and create citation. Go ahead and hit continue, and you can put in the information that is needed. So the name of the website is Time. In order to look for the publisher of the website, you have to go back to the actual online source. Your publisher is usually at the bottom of the website. So your publisher is 2014 Time Incorporated, but it's powered by WordPress. Even though it's powered by WordPress, the copyright is Time Magazine, so therefore that would be your publisher. And if you look, when you click on the information, the little bubble will pop up. And it says that you have to look at the copyright statements, and it might be a shortened name. So the publisher of the sites is Time Incorporated. The most recent date of access would be today. So today's date is January 7th, 2014. The date of the e-publication, once again, you can either go back to your article, which is up here, January 6th, or you could go back to your practice handouts and look up the date that you put in. Either way, the date should be the same. And you're going to go ahead and type in January 6th and then 2014. The 7th edition does not require URL format, which means that you do not have to put the website address in. So you're going to go ahead and leave it blank. The web page contributors have different roles. You have author, editor, and translator. Because we have an author of the article, we're going to go ahead and type in author. The first name, once again, you go back to your practice handout, was Dan. There is no middle name, so you leave it blank, and his last name was Kedney. The web page title or document has the same information. This time you do not need to add in quotation marks because that will be done for you. Just copy and paste the title of the article. Next, you can go to annotation. Your annotation is the same annotation that you put on your worksheets. If you've done it online, you could go ahead and copy and paste it again. Or if you've written it out, just rewrite what you wrote earlier on. When all this information is done, you can go ahead and hit submit, and it'll be a citation in your Works Cited. Everything is accurate, it'll be in the correct format, and when you are done, you will go ahead and print, export it to Word. You'll open your file up, and you'll have an accurate MLA format of a Works Cited. However, because you have the annotations now, you have to change the Works Cited to Annotated Bibliography, and now it's accurate. Happy researching!